What's up, everyone? I haven't been on YouTube for a second, and I thought this would be a perfect time for me to go over how I'm feeling for my first tournament back, the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. I'm kind of flabbergasted because when I first found out that I had my thyroid cancer, it was actually at the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. I found out right after that event, so that was my last event played, and my first event back just so happens to be that same event. Not the same time of year, but the same event. So I will say it's a little funky, but it's amazing being surrounded by so many women. I've already got to play with a few women that I've never met before, so I think that's also a huge part of playing these bigger events like the United States Women's. You get to meet so many amazing women that you've never played with before, from Wisconsin or California. They come from all over, and it's really cool to see how far women's disc golf has truly come. But going into my rounds, so leading up to the event, Colton and I had a lot of discussions about how I would feel, my expectations about how I would play. Obviously, my mom keeps telling me the body I had a year ago is not the same body I have now. Obviously, I have this nice scar to remind me of the battle that I've overcome. I'm still working through some strength issues with my shoulder. I still just don't have quite enough trap on this side compared to this side. My left arm is definitely making up for the lack of strength in my right arm. So there's that. On top of not playing for a long time, I just had this mentality of I was going to come back and it was going to be the same, and I'm realizing that my forehands, I'm not going to be throwing a lot of power forehands unless I truly need to on some scramble shots. So I've been relying on some hyzer flip backhands, which is something that it's not my go-to when there's like a super tight gap, because I love throwing forehands. I love being able to look down a tight gap and not have to turn my body. But I've had to sacrifice some of those shots for the backhand and save par that way, just because I know my body's not ready for it. I did them during practice, and I paid for it by being extremely sore the next day. So I'm learning that I need to ease back into it a little bit slower. I just thought I'm ready. I feel good. My neck feels good. Obviously, after rounds, I'm pretty tight in this area. I have to do some stretching, and shout out to Disc Golf Strong, Seth Muncie. He's helped me so much with my recovery, but I'm also learning that with my struggles in my arm and neck, I need a better cool down. So I've gotten better at rolling out and using my rad roller, using my massage gun, cupping a lot more, scraping, CBD. So I'm getting back to remembering that I have to do these things to make sure I can keep playing. It's the longevity is what I want. I don't want to be out for another 2 weeks. I want to be able to play every week healthy and strong and not sore, be able to walk up to a forehand and be like, I can do this. But going into round one, I was super excited. I had a great card. I had Ella Hansen, Emma Arp, who's on my team, and for the life of me, I can't think of the third. But shout out to you ladies. You kept the card really light, and I struggled that round. Even after the discussions Colton and I had, I still had a really hard time on the course. I wasn't hitting my lines all that well. My putt wasn't great. I kept getting off the fairway, and it was like really demoralizing. And to be completely honest, I haven't felt failure like that in 6 months. So it was really hard for me. I was supposed to be staying positive and have a good time with Colton, and I could not smile. I could not be happy, and it was upsetting. And I also had some lady issues that started that same day, so it was like all these emotions were being felt, and I just couldn't handle it. And after that round, I was sprint walking back to the van because I was so upset, and this guy, I if you're watching, I'm sorry, but you know, he asked me how I did and I just broke down. I was just so upset, and I just ran to the car and didn't talk to anyone, put my head down because I was just crying, and I ended up crying for the rest of the night. I just was so upset. But after some talking with my mom, talking with Colton, I just need to be grateful, and I also need to give myself some grace because I can't expect to come back and be winning or to be top 10. I mean, I left the tour not even playing that well, so I need to chill out on the expectations. Even though I didn't have anything, I just didn't expect it to be that bad. So today, I went out there with a completely different attitude. I played loose, I slowed down, and I played much better. I actually shot, I think, like 6 or 7 strokes better. So I got the horrible part out of the way. I know what it feels like to fail and to play really bad, and now I'm getting back to playing golf. You know, chill out on trying to send a 9 speed down the fairway, throw mid, stay in the fairway, take your par. So yeah, I'm learning a lot in these last 2 rounds of disc golf, but I just have to say thank you to my incredible husband. I was not a nice person to be around yesterday, and he continues to show me how much he loves me by staying and helping me through my issues. And shout out to all of you. There were so many of you that messaged me yesterday, and I didn't reply. I was so upset. I just didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't go on Instagram. I didn't go on Facebook. I was just so angry and upset. But thank you all so much for your support. I have so many people here who are just like so happy to see me, and I just need to keep reminding myself that I'm alive, I'm healthy, you know, I don't have cancer, I'm able to play disc golf again. So it's just, I need to be more grateful. But while you're here, I want to tell you guys some of the discs that I'm absolutely loving on the course. I've been throwing, of course, my Timber Titan Supreme Trespass. They actually dropped the first day of the event, so if you'd like to try one out, make sure to go on the Dynamic Discs website. This is one of my favorite stamps I've ever created, ever. I'm throwing this one a lot on forehands and backhands. It doesn't matter which one. It flies very consistent for both of them for me. And then I've been really relying, wow, how many times can I say really? I've been really relying on my slammer. I might put a new one in the bag because this one's getting a little bit touchy. It's not quite coming back at the end like I'm used to, so might put a new one in the bag just because it's so reliable, doesn't go far, and you know exactly where it's gonna land. I love that it doesn't skip either. I feel like the premium plastic usually skips a little more. I love like the classic hard blend. And then, man, I made one of my first jump putts in I don't know how long today with my really cool AMAC Judges. This is, I think, like the medium blend. It's a little, not too hard, but not too soft. And what made me so happy is every time that I go putt or use this mini, I just look on the back and it has my name and Colton's name, and it was given to us by some people in Hawaii, so it's just so special, and every time I see it I smile. So I hope you guys have something that like you can look at during your round, even when it's not going well. You can look at it and be happy and be thankful. So those are some discs that I'm absolutely loving, and oh my gosh, I can't stop talking about the Brave. I actually went to Jay Ray's Dynamic Discs West Side Latitude setup. Go check him out. He's at US Women's at the Sprinkle Valley course. He's vending, but he has my Tour Series as well as my old Tour Series discs. If you guys want to pick them up, I'll sign them. But the Brave, you guys know I love the Maverick. The Brave is my absolute favorite disc right now. It's lacing the lines. I'm hitting it on a hyzer. It's popping up. It's riding right. I can't stop talking about this disc. But I went to J Race and I bought another one off of him because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need more. So if you haven't tried one, great for beginners, great for advanced, great for pros. Doesn't matter because you'll use this disc in the woods. But those are some discs that I'm absolutely loving right now on the course at Sprinkle Valley. Again, thank you so much to everyone who's come up and said, hey, I love you all so much. I hope to improve another 7 strokes this next round. I'm sure I can clean up some other things that I was doing wrong. I was missing a lot of short putts left, so I just need to aim at those right chains, and I think they'll start just going in. So thank you all so much for the support. Let me know if you want more recaps like this. I love being able just to talk to you guys about what I'm going through, how far I've come. And last but not least, I'm just grateful to be here and to be cancer-free. So love you all so much. Stay tuned.